Are you new to buying gold and silver bullion, but you don't know where to start? This video is for you. It's pretty overwhelming, not to mention expensive, and you don't want to get ripped off. And there's so many different types of gold and silver out there. Which is the best to buy? How do I look up pricing? Where do I buy? We will go over all of this and more coming up. Hey everyone, welcome to Campbell's Coins. There are a number of factors to consider when purchasing gold and silver. Rushing into the process can leave you with a feeling of overdoing and regret. This leads to selling off these metals, often for a loss, to recuperate these funds. Don't overextend yourself. Buy what you can, when you can. New stackers are the most susceptible to FOMO because they hear the only way to save them and their family is to own gold and silver. Oh, and by the way, the economy is going to crash any second. I've heard the economy is going to crash since 2011, over and over again. 2021 is the year. Buy gold now. It's going to happen in 2022. Get silver. Oh, and don't forget to check out the affiliate link in the description to XYZ Bullion Company. Don't get me wrong, there is plenty wrong with the economy and our economic system, and I do feel it's heading towards a collapse in one form or another. But people underestimate how long the government and institutions can prolong this economic death. Before 2008, bailouts did not exist. Now, it happens pretty often. While I do feel the economy is bad and could easily get worse, just be careful listening to the fear-pumping channels out there. One of the biggest obstacles people have when it comes to buying gold is their own mindset. I hear at least on a weekly basis someone typing away in the comments saying, I can't afford gold. But those same individuals eat out every day. They have 6 streaming services on their TV. They buy worthless Chinese junk on Amazon. Re-examine what you purchase day to day, and you'll be surprised what you can afford. Come up with a budget and stick to it. How much do you want to allocate each month? In the community, it's called stacking because it's a consistent, steady pace most of us take. I don't recommend going out on a spending spree and dumping all of your available funds into a single purchase. The price of these metals rises and falls in the marketplace. Sometimes it's a good time to buy gold, and sometimes it makes more sense to buy some silver. It's August 2023, and premiums on gold and silver, as well as their prices, are dropping. It's a decent time to jump in either metal. Establish your budget first and stick with it. A lot of newbie stackers overpurchase. Then they are forced to sell because they need cash and they don't have the cash reserves to cover some expense that pops up. I have my monthly budget and I stick to it. Sometimes the prices seem too high or there isn't anything I'm really interested in, so I just roll it over to the next month. I have a reserve of cash on hand, so I'm not forced to sell any of my stack if an emergency pops up. Once you've figured out your budget, you need to figure out what you want to buy. If you want to buy gold and silver to protect your wealth, stick to bullion. Don't bother with the collectible stuff. There are many channels out there, including my own, who discuss the best gold and silver to buy. If you're in the United States, you cannot go wrong with the American Gold and Silver Eagles. Silver Eagles have come down in price dramatically from just 6 months ago. American Gold Buffaloes are great too, but those don't come in fractional form. They were minted in fractional form for just a year in 2008, but those prices are so expensive, they're practically collector's items. For gold, I would avoid anything less than a 1/10 ounce. It might seem tempting because of their lower price, but fractional gold has a hefty premium to it. The smaller the piece, the larger the premium. Please, for the love of all things holy, stay away from gold backs. Unless you're getting a few of them as a novelty piece, stay away. There are 2 types of people pushing gold backs. Those who are making money off of you, the unsuspecting buyer, and those who don't realize they bought into a scam. Cue the "you don't understand" comments. The premiums on these are at least double compared to fractional gold bars and Gold isn't recoverable for most people if these are damaged. If you live in a state where these are not used for their intended purpose, good luck to you when selling to an online dealer or a coin shop. You will get hosed on the price. I like buying 1 ounce gold buffaloes and getting gold eagles in fractional sizes. My favorite fractional gold size is the 1/4 ounce. For first-time gold buyers, one of the first things you'll notice, or you might say to yourself, wow, that's a lot smaller than it looked in the photos.
That's what she said.
That's my joke. Damn it, Dwight.
Gold is a dense metal, and those small weights are very tiny pieces. Stick to 10th ounce gold and up. For silver, avoid all fractional silver. I used to promote constitutional silver, and this is silver dimes, quarters, and half dollars minted prior to 1965. But I've recently switched this thinking due to the premiums. And even if the premiums were to drop, I would still say avoid it. If you think you will be bartering for things in the future using silver, just buy silver in the 1 ounce size and higher. If you use 1 ounce coin for bartering, the folks that you're bartering with will probably have constitutional silver as change. Stick to popular sizes as well as popular and recognizable bullion. Here on YouTube, a lot of stackers talk about the 10 ounce silver bar being their favorite, and that's a good choice. Other weights can be too obscure and just not as popular. I like 1 ounce silver coins as well as the 10 ounce and kilo size bars. In the United States, it doesn't really matter a whole lot what type of silver you buy, but your first pieces should be recognizable bullion or a sovereign mint because it's easier to sell than high premium or niche pieces like, say, Geiger mint and others. I'm talking American Eagles, Britannias, Maple Leafs, Pamp, etc. You really can't go wrong with American Silver Eagles, especially with premiums and prices dropping. But the premiums on these can skyrocket, and when that happens, I like to get Canadian Maple Leafs minted after 2019. Why this specific date? Because the Canadian Mint put some voodoo magic in their silver to help prevent milk spots. What should be in the core of your stack will depend on which country you reside in. Premiums will vary, so shop accordingly. Find something that is popular and has low premium. The premium is the upcharge added to the spot price. Less popular pieces are found closer to spot, while more popular items are further from spot. You don't want to buy the cheapest stuff because oftentimes no one really wants it. It can be difficult for you to sell when the time comes. If you stick to popular pieces, you are more likely to find a buyer when you want to sell. If you want a no-fuss, small risk option, just get gold and stick to gold. Gold outperforms silver when looking at it in a longer time frame, and everyone wants gold. Silver is more volatile these days, and its performance in recent years hasn't been what it was in the past. For me, gold is wealth preservation, while silver is more of a speculative asset. Both are excellent outside the system. Purchase according to your needs. Now that you determined what you want to buy, where can you buy gold and silver? Some people think gold is illegal to own and only the criminal element or pirates own gold. Gold and silver is quite legal to own and fantastic for storing your wealth outside the system. Gold and silver were once used in the United States as currency. In 1933, President Roosevelt put an end to gold ownership for U.S. citizens, and in 1964, silver was removed from our coinage. Nixon made gold ownership legal once again in 1974. Buy from reputable sources. There are a lot of great places to buy gold and silver, safely, securely, and very discreetly. I would stay away from, as funny as it sounds, gas stations, eBay, Facebook, and, well, any place that seems shady. You might laugh at the gas station mention, but you'd be surprised how many people buy fake gold jewelry at gas stations. You want to buy from your LCS. This is your local coin shop. A good coin shop tests all the metals it buys off the street with a very expensive X-ray machine called an XRF spectrometer. A lot of shops use a Sigma machine to test their gold and silver. Sigma can be easily fooled, and I would avoid all shops who solely employ sigmas to test their gold and silver. XRF analyzers will give you the percentage of the elements within each coin, bar, or jewelry. Coin shops don't just sell secondhand gold and silver. They get new stuff from their distributors too. Most coin shops in the United States will have your basic gold and silver bullion, American Eagles, Gold Buffaloes, Canadian Maples, Krugerrands, Britannias, etc. They probably won't have very specific niche items unless they purchased it from someone off the street. My LCS is actually not near me, but when I want to order something, they will ship it to me and then they will just take the cash out of my bank. An online dealer will have a large variety of products that your LCS just won't carry because they don't have the same level of funds. When I buy online, which is pretty rare these days, I like Monument Metals because they have basic bullion at fair rates compared to most online dealers. APMEX will have a lot of variety, but they have become quite expensive in the last 4 years. Pre-2019, I often bought from APMEX, but I don't anymore unless they have something that I just can't get anywhere else. Stay away from eBay until you know better and you can spot fakes or red flags. Online dealers are extremely reputable, but they can be expensive, and you can get good deals from your LCS. Not all LCSs are great, so you really have to shop around to find a good one. And I'm not talking about a good one in terms of just pricing, although that is important, but a good one in terms of guaranteeing the product that they sell, customer service, knowledge, and testing the product they receive, and of course, pricing. Your LCS should want to buy back from you. If they don't, they might be afraid that you'll realize the spread on their product and that you were overcharged. Precious metals are traded on the market, and their prices fluctuate every day the market is open. The price of metals traded on the market is called spot price. This is the price big banks purchase gold and silver in lots of, I think it's 5,000 ounces. These lots consist of blank gold and silver bars. What most people purchase is coins and bars minted with a design. This minting process and the process for making various sizes costs additional money over these blank bars. Therefore, a premium is attached to each piece. It's not a fixed premium, and it varies depending upon demand and the metal. If demand is up, premiums go up. If demand drops, like right now, premiums drop. But there is typically a premium on top of spot price for each metal. Silver, while a cheap metal, will have a higher premium over gold. But that's not all. Dealers add their own markups in addition to spot price and the item premium. A lot of online dealers sponsor YouTube channels and other influencers and have to adjust their rates accordingly to afford these influencers. These places will have much higher prices over the ones who don't. I don't think Monument Metals sponsors anyone. And for the record, I'm not paid nor do I receive any kickbacks by any dealer. Speaking of rates, how do you find the price of gold and silver? There is typically a banner at the top of each online dealer's page. But I like using the Kitco app for a couple of reasons. This app shows you the price of gold and silver, as well as other metals, commodities, stock market info, cryptos, and so much more. But they also have the closest to spot price listed. Let me demonstrate. One important point I'd like to get across here with these prices is to shop around. I took these screenshots of the Kitco app and the JM Bullion app seconds apart. Look at how different all the metal prices are between the two. This is because JM Bullion takes the Kitco numbers and adds a special premium to it. Not only do gold and silver coins and bars have a premium above spot to contend with, but now dealers are adding another premium on top of those numbers. This is because these dealers sponsor YouTube channels and other personalities. I've already gone over this topic in another in-depth video. I like looking for dealers without these extra markups. APMEX and JM Bullion will have the highest premiums on their gold and silver compared to nearly everyone else. But, and this is a huge but, they will also have a larger variety of items no other dealer will have. I don't care if a YouTuber told you to buy close to spot. That is not how the real world works. especially for your entire stack. Being hyper-focused on trying to scope out spot deals will do nothing but set you up for eventual failure. Try going to your LCS and constantly asking them, hey, you have any gold for spot? Hey, do you have any silver for spot? You'll be laughed out of there. There are pros and cons to everything, and it really pays to shop around. Finally, be flexible with your stacking strategy. I believe that people should be buying Silver Eagles, but premiums can go up, and you must be flexible to shift your strategy to something more affordable. I think it's ridiculous to pay $17 over spot for Silver Eagles, like many people were a few months ago. The same goes for gold about a half year ago. Premiums on Gold Eagles and Gold Buffaloes hit levels I had not seen in a really long time. I adjusted and purchased gold bars at this time. Save up cash when you can. Your stacking journey will fluctuate over the years. Your taste might change. Situations might change. It's always a good idea to flex your strategy when necessary. Lastly, don't let anyone tell you what to get. Some pieces are better for stacking and some are better for collecting. But stack and or collect whatever you want. Understand the pros and cons of the pieces that you buy and you'll do just fine. This is not an end-all be-all list. I would look at this as a Cliff Notes version of the do's and don'ts for stackers. I have already done very specific videos for basically every chapter in this video. So if you're looking for more in-depth info on any of these, just search here. Your time is your most precious asset, and I appreciate you spending it here with me. Thank you all for watching. This is Campbell's Coins, and that is my 2 cents.